hello to everyone on our Thursday morning call. Just want to put a kudos out there and prayers out there and everything else for our team members that are in New York City with all that smog and whatever smoke coming down from Canada. I know we have Veronica out there and Mother Murphy out there. And so just making sure they stay away from all that or inside, however, the best you could do it. But this is a Thursday morning call, and we are bright and shiny here in Colorado. We had to deal with that when Rick and I just got back from, I don't know if it was Jamaica or, yeah, because it was daytime. And Denver was pretty bad too, which was interesting. But you know what's so great about what we do? We have a business, Surge 365. And if we wanted to, we can just take off and go to an island for a minute until everything changes. So that's one thing that's so great about the business that we're in. We're not having to, we can do whatever we want. So welcome, welcome. Anybody else want to announce before we get started?
Hi, Brenda. It's Ron. And by the way, the air is crystal clean in Buffalo and Niagara Falls. The sun is out. So come on back.
Oh, how lovely. I would love to. You know, Ron, I had okay, anybody else want to announce? Because I'm getting ready to start talking to Ron. Anybody else want to announce or say hello? All righty. I know you guys are there. I know you're listening, and that's great. And I know you're going to keep your phone on mute. And as this conversation moves on, I know you're going to say hello and tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods. But we had such a beautiful time in with Ron and Linda. You know, my goodness, has it already been a week already? Wow, time just flies. But they took us to this quaint little town in Canada, and it was so sweet. You could walk down if you wanted to Lake Erie, but we didn't have a lot of time, so we kind of did a quick little drive-by of everything. And I thought, man, is there anywhere like that close in Colorado that I could drive to and spend the day just walking and going into the little shops and the clothes and the food and the pastries? And we just had such a nice time. And so I was like, oh, we have Estes Park. So we're going to drive up to Estes Park. Estes Park is a quaint little town in Colorado. It's in the mountains. I mean, you really have to go through the mountains to get to it. And I don't know if you guys remember that movie that, I don't remember the actor's name, but he did a movie from this hotel. It was called the Stanley Hotel.
The Shining, Jack Nicholson. The
Shining. Jack Nicholson did a movie, The Shining. And I said, well, maybe we should go there and spend the weekend, walk around the town. But now we're looking at nature, and that's what, you know, it's in the mountains. So there's going to be hiking trails. So you need to bring your boots, and you're going to have to probably end up walking. And I'm quite sure the trails are going to be beautiful, but you're outside in the woods in nature. And I'm not
Brenda,
really that person.
Don't talk yourself out of it. Brenda, don't talk yourself out of it.
I won't talk myself out of it. But I really like the idea of the flat pavement with the town and the shops and you know, the boardwalk and water. But yeah, so we're gonna go up there one weekend and see if we can't recreate that feeling of just kind of walking around and enjoying the town here in Colorado in the mountains. But we had such a great time. And I do look forward to going back again. It is someplace that I could see spending time again, especially at that hotel that you and Linda go to. It looks really nice, really quaint. They had the whole pretty much botanical garden across the street where Rick and I could have stayed in there for hours, and Linda had to say, okay, time to go. She was the timekeeper. So she was definitely, okay, time to go, because it was.
That was the pillar and post.
Oh man, yeah, that was very, very nice. And we could have stayed there. They had a little waterfall, a little pond, It was really, really pretty. And that's what's so great about travel. I mean, we have all of this right at our fingertips on what we want to do and how we could do it. We just have to make up our mind on doing things. I was listening this morning to this man who plays the cello, and how he has decided, and he's won Grammys and all of this, and he's gotten the presidential medal. So he has all these accolades, and he finds more happiness and more peace when he's outside on top of a mountain playing, or just outside just playing music and doing literally a pop-up concert in the middle of the mountains and the forest, and he just pulls it out, starts playing, and of course people gravitate to the sounds of the music, and that's really calming for him. So we need to find that place for us. We can get so busy day to day, and even Rick and I were saying this morning, it is so nice to be home and to be back into our routine, doing what we're comfortable doing. And you can do that, and you want to make sure that you have something that you can go and you can relax and you can enjoy it and you can inhale, and just take your time. I know a lot of the different people that I listen to that talk about meditation and relaxing. You want to find some time to do that for yourself and decompress, and no stress, and kind of relax. And even if the only thing you can do is get on your phone or your computer and put together a trip and dream, then do that too, because that's soothing also. And there's so many different ways that you can do so many different things to relax and take care of yourself. So find some place, somewhere, some peace where you can just relax. Everybody who I watch and listen to as they speak, that's one thing that they're doing. They're finding time to get away from the hustle and the bustle. They're finding time to just relax and smell the flowers, if you will. Just take your time. We get so bogged down in our routine and rushing and doing this and doing that. We never take the time to stop and say, I'm going to relax a minute here. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that.
So Brenda,
because when you're at ease, yes, go ahead.
I was just saying, I just pulled up. You can't see this because you're on the phone. Estes Park has a 7-day stay.
Oh, wow. We're going to book it. What is it?
So
we're going to book it.
Beautiful accommodations. And
when is it?
You can't see this, but it's free. And okay, hold on. Somebody has to come in. But yeah, so Estes Park, Colorado has a 7-day stay. And so
wow.
So I just want to just share that. That's one of the beautiful things.
That's nice.
That, by the way, while I'm here, this is the 7-day stay that you cannot see until you pay your $100. And once you pay your $100, then globally, and you can't see this, Brenda, but you can put in anywhere pretty much in the world where you want to go. And so what I did is I just put Colorado and I put the travel dates. But if you wanted to do Washington State, I guess Washington State, then you have all the different things that come up for Washington. If you wanted to do Texas. Now, this is a 7-day vacation stay, and we used ours, a couple of them. We used one for, what was that, Steamboat Springs in Colorado. And we used one in Florida. But you can't see this until you pay. Florida, Boca Raton. And so if we want to go down to Florida, you see all the different vacation stays down there. And
So Rick, tell everybody why ours still is open though, because we've used ours, but
okay,
it stays
so
open.
it stayed. Well, the first one expired, so we couldn't get back in. The one that we just used back in December last year is still open, and we use that for Boca Raton. But look at this. This is an Orlando resort. And so if you want to go to Disney World, now Brenda and I stayed at the villas at the Summer Bay Orlando, and we brought her dad and mom, and we had a great old time, and that was really nice too. But it's
And
free,
that was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
2 bedroom, 2 bath. But these are look at all of these, and why people don't use their vacation stay, I don't know. But you can't see this until you actually pay. And so if you want to go overseas,
Mhm.
let's go to Italy. And so Italy and Europe, we'll just do Italy.
Tuscany.
Tuscany. And so
Yes, Glenn.
so if you want to go to Italy, these are the vacation stays over there. And so 7-day vacation stays over in Italy. If you want to go to Germany, now this is crazy. This is what we have. Like when Brenda and I stayed at the Steamboat Springs, I was looking for the catch, and of course, no catch ever came. And we saved $1,200. They didn't even know we were in search. And so a couple of places in Germany. If you want to go to Switzerland, so if you were overseas or going overseas, you could just use this and just kind of plan to stay anywhere you're planning to go. If you wanted to go to a resort, if you wanted to go to Mexico. So let's see Mexico. And so you have all the different places in Mexico, and it's like Baja. But these are 7-day stays. Now, it may be on the economy because they're condos. But anyhow, I just wanted to show that to you, Brenda, that Estes Park that you just mentioned that you'd like to go to happens to be one of our vacation stays. Now, one of the things that you had mentioned before, Brenda, was that you have to plan this into your event. Your time frame. It may not necessarily meet your time frame, and so you have to plan it into your time frame. But that's our 7-day vacation stay. $1,200 is what we saved. How much does it cost for the year? $99 for the membership. So when they say the true cost is zero, believe them. You figure last year we did our vacation stay. We did in Boca Raton, the Hilton Boca Raton, $800 a night or so. We did the free cruise, took the family, MSC, saved what, $3,400 some odd dollars. We wrote off on our taxes, all of our travel. And so everything that you see in the presentation that talks about what if your net cost is zero, it is actually true. We are ahead. Back to you, Brenda.
Brenda, this is Darlene. I wanted to ask now, after you've used the first one that you paid your $100, I know that it's still open, but I've never tried to rebook again. Will they let you do that?
Well, what happened with us is I have this gentleman, John,
The answer is
that
yes.
I connected with. Yeah,
But
and so the answer is yes, but you're still going to have to pay the $99.
Still got to pay the $99.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you're still going to have to pay the $99. So I did what I did it backwards the last time, where I called him, I told him this is where I wanted to stay. He saw that I had put a hold on it, and then he said, but you didn't pay your $99. He connects me to whatever payment plan. I paid the $99, and then we just took off and finished it. But yes to your, that is yes to your question, but you're still going to have to pay the $99.
Okay.
Yeah, what's nice is though you can see where you want to go. But when you get ready to
Yeah,
book it or put a hold on it, that's when you pay the $99.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's pretty, I think it's, like Rick said, we were really, because we wanted to try it out so we could tell our team, so we could tell new people. And so, of course, we were like, oh, man, no glitches. Don't ask for any more money. Don't ask for a credit card. Don't ask for, and they didn't. They did. I don't remember. Did they ask for a credit card for incidentals or not?
They asked for a credit card at the end of the application, and I said, okay, here it is. And I was waiting for the screen to go to something that said, okay, pay now, but it didn't. It just held, they just held it. I mean, it was just
They just held the room.
yeah. It was just to hold the room.
Yeah.
But they didn't ask us for anything or any charges to the credit card. But that's when I was like, okay.
And you know what's so nice about the 7-day night stay, with Rick and I both having 2 sites, we're doubling up on these. So every year we have, I think I requested all of them from Sandy, and Sandy, she called me and we talked about it and laughed and everything. But I have, I think, 2 upstairs that I requested because, they send them out on the 15th of every month. So if you should get an email from Sandy. You should get an email from Sandy or Elizabeth, and then they'll tell you, and then you can request your certificate. So if you have not received that email, you can always send them a request for your certificate, and they'll send your certificate. It came FedEx, because it's really money. I mean, it's that valuable. And another thing that's really nice about your certificate, let's say you don't want to use it or whatever the case may be, you can gift it to somebody, because the certificate number is what attaches someone to that 7-day night stay. So you want to gift that to somebody, you can literally gift that to somebody. They can go and pay the $99, activate it, and go ahead and use the 7-day night stay. So it can become a nice little gift, Brenda, if you want to.
It's not attached to Surge.
No, it's not. And it's not attached to you as a Surge SBA.
So when we came in, it's not like we walked in, I have something free here. And we're just kind of hang. No, they didn't even know. What is it, Walmart? They treated us like we were one of their members.
Yes.
Yes.
And the great thing about it,
good.
When they tried to get us into one of their presentations, that's when we said, hey, we're travel agents. And they left us clear alone.
Well,
yes, because they wanted
I used Walmart when I went to Vegas for Mother's Day, and I did take one of their little presentation things and just got the rewards that they give you. I didn't mention that I was a travel agent.
Right, yeah. So you have a choice. We were incognito at Steamboat Springs, but yeah, if they've got something really neat that you want, yeah. Because we did that in Florida.
Yeah, because we did take it. We did take it one time, and we got 4 free tickets to see some Disney horse dinner and show.
Oh yeah, that was the Arabian show in when we stayed at that one in Florida.
So we did sit through the presentation just to get the tickets. And it was worth it because the tickets was $100 per person. So it was definitely worth to get the tickets for that.
And what was interesting about that, though, Brenda, is that afterwards we told them, hey, we're travel agents, and they said we just want to get the credit that we're showing a presentation.
Right, that's right.
And
the guy said, don't tell them that. We know you're not gonna buy or whatever. He said, but we need just to say that we did a complete presentation. So just if you could sit through the presentation, and my manager's gonna come and talk to you, but just don't say anything to him. Just let him know you don't want it. You don't want it. So that was funny.
Rhonda? Guys,
yes, Ron?
We'll go back a summer before last. We had planned a trip. We had booked through Actually, Linda Frill, one of our agents, had booked us a trip to go to Disney World together with them and stay on and it was a 4-day Disney trip. And so we stayed on property. And then when we were done, we cashed in our week, but we didn't. We had a choice when we reserved our week. We chose to go to. It turned out to be an Embassy Suites resort, not an Embassy Suites hotel, but a whole Embassy Suites resort outside the gate of Disney, and it's it's a real high quality one. And so we got to stay there 4 nights, 4 days, 3 nights. It did cost me $14 for parking. Other than that, stocked for us every day. We had breakfast included, full prepared breakfast every morning. Cocktails in the evening. I mean, it was just incredible, great reward, and it was an Embassy Suite program. And so we know the system and the reward works. Now, we didn't use it last year, and now we got another one this year. So our problem is this. We already got a trip to the Thousand Islands in July. We're going. We have a cruise that we're planning up later in the year. My brother-in-law's crying out to me to plan another cruise for me and my sister because they're addicted. They're cruise nuts. And so I've got another one to plan. And then we got the end of the year, the family plan that we're asking to join the Reese family for the family holiday cruise. So my wife's Linda's got that on the calendar already.
That's awesome.
When are we gonna take the time? When are we gonna be able to fit these things in? And we got a group growing like crazy. And quite frankly, I want to spend my time being around to be able to help them make the next move to grow to the next level.
That's awesome.
Brendan,
wow, what a problem to have, huh, Ron? When can I take a vacation? Because I'm already taking too many.
Well,
Hey, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ron. You said you got a free trip, but you still had to pay $14 for parking?
That was all it cost me.
What a rip. That's awesome. Not to mention that $14, I'm pretty sure you wrote off.
Oh yeah, of course. And they had a beautiful pool. It was by the way, it was outside the gates of Disney. So we didn't have to travel 150 miles to use our vacation because we were in Orlando already. So we just used it to stretch our vacation out even longer. Like Rick, we learned from Rick and Brenda. We watched them. When they add on extra trips to the trips they take, and they go to I'm spoiled. I don't just go to one place anymore. I got to tack on something, and we're always blessed because of it.
Hey, Ron, tell about the scooter.
Oh, well, no, I can't tell the story of the scooter because that's one that Linda got to take. We got a scooter that we become special needs travel agents. We know how to, and when you go to a place anywhere, you call in and you can get a special scooter from instead of doing Disney's where they charge you a high rate and you got to go walk miles to get to it. The unit the company we used at Disney was not on site, but they delivered it to the hotel on site that we were staying in, right to the front desk. And we were able to use the scooter all day long and then bring it back. And the day we came back, we left it at the counter, clean, no questions asked. And it was like $100 or so. It was a minimal cost. Well, the problem was that when I was on the scooter at Disney, you can move with this thing. And it does have either a turtle speed or jackrabbit. And Linda said I had a jackrabbit every moment, so she had to run to catch up to me. Linda doesn't run. So I'm driving the
next time she's getting a scooter too.
Yes, she's agreed. We've agreed that we'll do it together.
I know Ron is like running circles around them, and Ron and Gary. And so the wives don't have the scooter. And the husbands have the scooter, and they're like going up ahead, coming back.
It was hot out. I got to tell you, I could not have done that trip. It was too, I just could not have done that trip without the scooter.
And they became special needs at sea specialists. And there's like $25 a day or something for the scooter. We have access to everything. We don't own anything, but we have access to everything because we are travel. And sometimes it's hard to explain that to people. That's why initially they just have to trust you. That you're not
Yeah.
selling them a bill of goods. They have to trust you. And
By the way, Rick, I'd like to make a recommendation. If you know anybody, any of you that do know me and have been around me, you know that I have a little challenge in walking, and because of the stroke a few years ago. And you know what? I'm not ashamed. I used to be proud to the fact I wouldn't ask them. They said, "Do you want a scooter?" And I'd go, "No, no, no. I can walk." Baloney. The next cruise I go on, I'm getting a scooter. I
oh
don't care.
yeah,
I don't care what it costs because it costs more not to be able to be a part of what's going on.
That's right.
I couldn't get around.
That's right.
So, folks, please, for yourself and for others, your customers, if they're doing this on the cheap, and many times people are because that's all they got, help them find a way. Tell them, you know what? Since this is really you want to go on this cruise or this event, you want to go there. Why don't you let me help you here? Why don't you join us and just use the Vortex program? Why don't you start creating some extra money that'll pay for your trips when you want to travel? See, we can add value to every single customer who has a desire. If they don't have quite enough money to do the whole package they want to do, well, let's show them how they can make the money to do it. Just taking advantage of the Vortex program is like a free, it's not free, it's no overhead part-time job to create residual income.
That's good. That's good, Brian.
Hey, Rick,
Yes.
you know, there's another example out there. There's a company called Consumer Cellular. If you've heard of it, if you've seen the commercials, and they are making a move in the cell phone market because they're offering rock bottom prices for a phone service. And the commercial goes on to explain how they do it. He said, "How do we do it? Let me show you." Climbs up on the roof and he points over to a cell tower in the distance. He said, "See that tower?" He said, "We don't own it. We just pay them to use it. We let them worry about the maintenance and all that." But see, with Trav Manatee, we don't even do that because we own the booking engine.
Wow.
Back to you, Rick.
That's huge. That's going to be an understanding that I believe everybody's going to eventually come to, or not, but I believe they're going to come to that understanding that you don't have to own it. The key thing about Surge 365 is we give people, like you're saying, Glenn, access to all of travel, access to a booking engine that you don't have to own, that Barry Diller paid, what, $17 billion for, $1 million a week even now. You don't have to own it. You have access to it. But you not only have access to the booking engine, you have access to the global profit. Expedia, $98 billion in 2019. And we have access to that profit. 2023 projected bookings online globally, $1 trillion. We have access. The tool Vortex gives us access to that. We have Travmanity, which gives us access to everything travel. Everything we're talking about now gives us access. We have access to the Vacation Club membership. And Brendan and I, you guys have heard the story. We went into a presentation that was showing and demonstrating our membership. And at the end, they said, "We got a deal for you. If you buy today, you don't have to pay $7,000. If you buy today, we're going to give you 4 people can be added to this membership. And we're going to sell this membership to you for $5,000 if you buy today." And the hands went up. And I'm looking around, because after they went through the presentation, I'm like, this is our membership. Everything he's saying, even including his clothes. You can add 4 people up to the membership, but you got to buy today to get that deal. And I'm looking around, I'm going, oh my gosh, these people are raising their hands. And of course, you can't say a word. And even my friend raised his hand, couldn't say a word. He didn't buy, he ended up not buying. But I'm like, oh my gosh. So we have access to the vacation club. And everywhere you look around, you've got surge that gives you, like you're saying, Glenn, you don't have to own this. You have access to everything. Now you pick and choose. You don't have, there's no pressure to recruit. You may just say, I just want to use it. The trip Brenda and I went on, 14 days, 14 cities in 14 days. We touched 14 cities. The thing about it, we had major events we had to go to. And Ron reminded me I had time for Memorial Day. We had a wedding we had to go to on the 20th. Coach Tomer's daughter, Samantha, her wedding down in Naples, Florida. We had to go to my niece's wedding. A couple of days later, Brooklyn, New York. We had to go to Boston, Nashville, New Hampshire for Brenda's family get together. And we had to go to Ron, of course, in Memorial Day services, see Lynn Kane, meet the Cub Scouts and all the things all the great things, meet Kim, Queen, Ron's team. We were able to do a presentation in Ron's house. If you're looking at the Zoom, I was sitting where Ron is sitting. We were there. What? Ah, yeah. Ron and Linda, as Brenda mentioned, they took us the next day up to Canada, and they just treated us so well, escorted us around Canada. Nice place to eat. We got some tarts.
Yay, butter tarts.
Butter tarts, and we got, the Portuguese tarts, and they're really not tarts. They're custards and different things, and bakery that just knock your socks off. Saw Niagara from the Canadian side to see Horseshoe Falls. We even, after the presentation on Tuesday night, Brenda and I said, hey, let's drive back up to Canada and go and see the falls at night. And so we drive back up, go across the border, piece of cake, and we see the lights of Niagara Falls, Rainbow Falls. And we're just there, like, I tell you, we were able to get so close to it because there were no crowds there that you could feel the power of these falls coming over there. And I'm looking down, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, you could feel the thunder of these falls hitting the bottom of the falls. I was looking around behind me every 7 seconds. It's like, okay, I was that nervous. It's like, okay, nobody's coming up on me behind me. Because the feel of the thunder of these falls. And then one thing that we learned that we didn't know, the nightlife of Niagara on the Canadian side, it's lit up like Las Vegas. And they had speedways where you could race. They had Ripley's Believe It or Not. They had all of these stores still open, and it's 12 o'clock, at night, and all of these things are happening. And we're like, wow, this is amazing. Who knew? Who knew? And one thing that's so beautiful about travel is that we get a chance to see things, and the entire trip was a total write-off. Entire trip in New York City, we did the hop on, hop off bus, we did the Sherry show, we did the Edge observation deck, and we're just fitting all these things in between things that we had to do. And then we had to be back in Colorado Springs. My best friend, his daughter, graduated from the Air Force Academy, so we had to be back by the 1st of June. So it's not like we just said, okay, hey, let's do all these things that were important to us, that we had to do, and that we had to be at. And then it just so happened that in between we said, let's take a ferry ride from Staten Island. By the way, there's the Naval Lodge, for retired military on Staten Island. that you could stay at to get, if you want to get away from the hustle and the bustle of the city. The ferry is free. So we stayed on Staten Island. We rented a car, parked the car, caught the ferry. Well, we drove the car to, the parking lot, caught the ferry, and the ferry ride over. Of course, you're passing by the Statue of Liberty. You're seeing the New York landscape. You're seeing the Hudson. You're seeing Lower Manhattan is where it dropped us off, and then we did the hop on, hop off bus, and we caught it just near where they dropped us off for the ferry. And the hop on, hop off bus, we looked at Lower Manhattan, Upper Manhattan, all the major landmarks. And it was an open bus, like the double-decker buses you see, open top. Got a seat on the top, and take pictures of the tall buildings and all the landmarks. You don't have to walk if you don't want to walk. If you don't want to get off, you don't have to get off. And we left the driving in New York City to the bus driver. And of course, they know what they're doing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not driving. And through all the traffic, if you've ever driven in New York, if you don't have to drive, you don't want to drive. But the hop on, hop off bus was the best option to see all of New York, Lower Manhattan, Upper Manhattan. And then we went to the Edge, which is an observation deck 100 feet above the ground. And we walked there from the Sherry Show. And you could actually, when you get around the corner, you could see, from the Sherry Show, you could see the tower of this observation deck way above all the buildings. And it's like, that's where we're going. And so we finally get there. We go through all the deal to get up to it, and man, go out on the deck. My son's wife, she didn't want to go because she said we didn't know whether the whole bottom was glass, something like you're all falling through, but just a small section. So Brenda was able to report back to her, it's okay.
Brenda, can you hear?
Say something, Ron? It's okay to go. The whole bottom, is not glass. There's only a certain triangle section that you can see the streets below. So now my son and his wife are going to go. But we stayed there. We got there for sunset. And one thing that we didn't know is that once you get on it, because if you register online, it just says, what hour do you want? And it was like, okay, I got to catch the sunset, the hour, they're going to kick me off after this. One of the things we found out is that once you get in there, you can stay as long as you want. And so they said, well, go ahead and register get an hour prior to the sunset to make sure you can see the sunset, because we're not going to kick you out. And so we did that. And so we were able to catch the sunset up there and watch the city go from day to night lights. And we were like, wow. And after there, we just walked back, jumped in our car, because we did it on a day we actually parked right near the Sherry Show, jumped in our car, and went to get something to eat. And Brenda, being from New York City with childhood memories, she wanted to go to Coney Island.
Yes.
And so
yes. We used to go there when I was a kid.
Go ahead, Brenda.
No, we used to just go there when I was a kid, and it's just fond memories because that's where we had fun. And my mom loved seafood just as much as I did, and we had seafood and Nathan's hot dogs and ride the rides. And so, yeah, it really gave me good feelings when we drove up and saw the lights to Coney Island amusement park. And I was like, wow, of course it was closed, it was late, but it was really nice to go.
And so
Did somebody else say something?
I was thinking about
Go ahead, Rick.
Yesterday morning, and Glenn, you talk about this a lot, that what Brenda and I do, we do it by demonstration. And I was just thinking, and I said, by demonstration, we actually did marketplace ministry, because it turned out that every stop was a ministry stop, where we actually had to be there, but you didn't know you was going to be doing ministry excuse me, prior to going. But every stop was a ministry stop, including Coach's Samantha's wedding. And it was so cute. Samantha's wedding. What did they say for Samantha's wedding, Brenda? That we were coming?
Oh, her fiance, who's now her husband, Israel. He was so cute, Samantha. We were talking to her at the what is that party at the end of the wedding, at the
right
reception. Anyway, she said that Israel follows you on Facebook, and when you posted that you were on the plane, he said to her, "Oh wow, guess who's on the plane right now coming to the wedding? Rick and Brenda." You know, and so we didn't even realize that he was following us, and
right.
he knew he really wanted us to be there. So that was nice to hear. And we didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time with him. Of course, he had a family and everything, and he was the spotlight. But we were able to take some pictures, laugh and talk for a minute with him. But you never know how you're impacting people's lives through you living your life. So you have to understand that you want to make sure you're living your life to the fullest. And with our business, when you go and do things, take a picture of it. Rick is one of these people, he believes that if you didn't take a picture of it, it didn't happen. But we know it happened. But the pictures are so nice because now you can go back. For my niece's wedding in New York, Savon, these guys, they didn't go to sleep. We went to the wedding at 4 o'clock. We didn't get back into our hotel room till 3 o'clock in the morning. And they partied hard. And Rick has so many videos, and so do I. I'm trying to sit down and eat. Every time I sit down, somebody, come on, let's dance. I'm thinking, I just finished dancing. I want to eat. I want to relax. I want to do nothing. But no. And we have so many videos.
And they are dancing hard.
Dancing,
they're not just, waltzing. They're dancing hard.
No, there was no slow songs played at all. It was hard, boom, 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 just constant dancing. And so we have videos of that. Rick has
look at
videos
their
of
age,
that.
Brenda. That's what they came to do.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
The same people. I was looking and watching them. I said, they are getting it in, okay? I mean, I can see them right now on that line they had. They were having a ball.
Oh, man.
Like,
this is nice. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that till you said that. Look at their age. Because they are young. I mean, they're in their early 20s, and they were ready to party. I was like, oh my, y'all ain't gonna sit down and enjoy your food and, laugh and talk for a minute. But no, that's our age. They came to do exactly what they did, and they danced all night long. That Absolutely. Is true, Chantel. That's a good one. Look at their age.
And it's, you know what? I love what you said about Israel. Because you never know what your impact on a person is. That is absolutely very special. And the Tomers have been a part of us, and that's family. They will always be family. Often thinking of and sending prayers up, but just remembering when Samantha was that little girl in the convention said, I'm going to be the CEO brothers one day, so get ready to move on over. We were there, so we remember those precious memories. And I was thinking about Father's Day and some things I'm going to post for Glenn, but I saw the one go by with him and Coach, with the salute. And I was just like, look at these memories. But these are real people.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, Cena sent me a video, which just put me in tears. And I said, you know what? It is the people that you have relationship with. And she sent a video from Jamaica. And there was Coach right there with us. We were in there with Coach, and she sent that video when we were sitting right there with him. And I said, wow, look at the timing on that. And so yesterday, before I even saw that, I was just glad to do that. I got on my phone, and you never know what's going on. So I said, you know what, I'm going to make some live videos on my phone and just pop in there. I was walking and put my face on there and greet my people and just say hello and appreciate them for what they have added to our lives. And all the messages were different. for each person because it was special and specific to the relationship. And I'm telling you, it's just the little tiny little nuggets like that you can do that will uplift a person, like any of us. Because some people, it has me laughing a lot. They think we don't have any down days, right? Hello. Because we're pretty upbeat people and vibes, and we do what we need to do for that. But we are human flesh people, but we choose the joy. We choose to get up and shift the atmosphere. That's automatic. Like, I'm not getting up here bringing a funk into the day. What? No, that's not happening. So realize that we each are important here. And a lot of people are still thinking, oh, I don't have anything to bring. Who told you that? Everybody in here has something. We're waiting for what you are holding in your hands, and it's open. So we each have a gift in here to bring to this team. This company has blessed us. They have pulled out every stop that was absolutely possible, and more are coming. But just looking at since 2007, the lengths and widths, watching the visionary founder, and then them sitting at that table together and saying, what more can we bring? What else can we do to help the field? Because they were reps. They walked that walk. And it meant a lot to them to see us flourishing. So they were always in that boardroom trying to put some more money on the table. And they have done it all. And now the company is still here and we are blessed. But the company is shifting. Because you know what? Life is shifting. So what is it? What do I have in my hand to bring forth for this team? As we go into this almost the second half of this year. We're getting so close, like, wow, time is moving. What can I bring to uplift my team, my environment, my family, whoever? That's where my focus is. What in the world can I do to encourage someone to be better? To not just sit here like, oh, I'm just a little bump on the log somewhere, but what can I do that is going to cause my family to flourish? That's why we came here. Yes, it's all about, we like to travel and all that, but it's bigger than that. If you look at our pages, both of us, and all of the family members that's connected up, you will see so many pictures of family activities and events and getting together. And even with our friends, it's the same. And some of the people in our inner circle are pretty much in all the pictures, Will and Adrian Tillman, and some of the others here, but because we're hanging out doing things together. Deborah Smith, Darlene Siegel, Ed Tech. I walk by Ed's house quite a bit, and I'm just standing there praying at his door. He don't even know that, right? But it's who we are. But open your hand, because you have a gift in here that we need in this moment, and let it roll on out to bless us in this team. Back to you, Rick and Brenda.
That is so true. We all have unique gifts. That is so true, what you just said. Everything you just said is so true. And we have to make sure we let our light shine, because we all have different gifts that we do not share. And your gift, you might not even, because even for me, Rick's like, you have a gift to this, you have a gift to that. I'm like, whatever, but it's there and it's real. And when you start sharing it, you'll be surprised how many people you're going to start attracting. Because I was talking to some folks as we went through this little whirlwind trek we just finished here last month. Can you imagine it was last month? It was May when we did this. And we were talking, and I was asking the question about the economy and the different things that's going on now. And are they paying attention that Congress has to do this? Congress, they have to sign the bill, blah, blah, blah. That was back in May. They had no clue what I was talking about, because they are in their own box. They are in their own bubble. They're going day to day, working and doing here and doing this. And so it's whatever bubble you're in that you know what's going on. So at least understand, when you're in your bubble, you have no idea. And of course, everything was fine. We're still fine. Nobody wants to drop the ball on their on their session. But so many people are in their own bubble, in their own world. They don't even know what's going on outside their bubble. And that's okay. A lot of people, I have I know someone who lives here in Colorado Springs. The farthest she's gone is to Denver. She's never left the state. She has no desire to leave the state. So, but then you have some people that they have a wish list where they want to, climb Kilimanjaro. I don't know why, but you have so many people that want to do different things, and we have the vehicle that allow them to do it. So when you run across folks who don't have a clue, they're in their bubble, they're happy with their world, it's okay. Leave them alone. They're happy. When you meet someone who's never traveled and have no desire to travel and like their own backyard, they're okay. But we're looking for the people who want to experience different things. And even though they might not want to leave the U.S., they want to experience all the U.S. has to offer, because we have some beautiful places here in the U.S. And folks can just drive to different places. You don't even have to fly. You can do a 3-hour drive and be in Pagosa Springs. Pagosa Springs, Colorado, they have, those hot springs that people travel around the world just to get in. So there's so much in your backyard that you can do with this travel business and still write it off on your taxes. So get on the computer, like Rick said. What's around you? People come from miles just to climb this mountain that's right in our backyard. We walk out the door and we look right at it, and it's no big deal. Pikes Peak is like, and the only time we go up there is when people come to visit because they want to go up there. So there are things in your backyard that people want to see and people want to enjoy. You have the vehicle that people need to do these things. Surge 365 is the vehicle that folks need in order to change their family's financial future, however you want to do it. It could be through group travel, or it could be through building your team. I don't know if you saw the numbers, but Travmanity, they're bringing in millions every year. We have people on that list. They've had over $200,000, $300,000 in sales alone, not to mention the ones that have received commissions. So you decide what you want to do and how you want to do it and make it happen. Travmanity Loves Carnival is on Facebook. And Amy, she's the rep, she's our BDM for Carnival, and she's doing a training today. And I'm going to jump on it because Carnival is launching a new ship next year, I think it is. I want to be on that new ship. I want to be on that new ship. I love
Can people
cruising.
join the training?
I think people can still join the training. Yes, if you go to Travmanity Loves Carnival on your Facebook page, you can just hit the button to join the group. That's what's so nice about it. You don't have to wait for Shelly or Sharita to let you in the group. All you have to click the button is to join the group. When you join the group, you are now able to see the chat, see when they're having all the training. You can jump on the training and see, and I have no idea what the training is going to be about today. I just know that there's a new ship coming out, and I'm hoping she talks about that. If not, I'm going to ask her about it, because then there's a chat. And so you could ask questions right there live at the track. I want to know when Carnival is coming to Denver. Are they going to be doing some type of travel trade show here in Denver so I can go to it? And I know Dawn and Mary, they're on it. So when something comes, they do let us know. But I want to be able to know and make sure I have it on my calendar as soon as possible. So it's really up to you on what you want to do, where you want to learn, what you want to do, where you want to go. I know a lot of people for a minute there, like Ron did, took the special needs training. So now you're certified in special needs. That's a big deal. That is a big deal out there. And like Ron
Huge
said,
deal.
when we were in, oh man, where were we? Not last time, but somewhere else. All of those people had scooters. Arlen's whole team had
And
scooters.
it was like
Chris Coakley had a scooter.
Indianapolis 500 of scooters.
They all was running around with scooters in there. And then Chris's wife, Renee, she was like, I'm so tired of him because he just take off on that scooter and leaves me. So it made me think of Linda, you know, because Chris Coakley was doing the same thing. He was on his scooter. He was just zooming. And Arlen had a scooter. When we went to lunch, it was almost like Scooter Alley lined up, you know, because everybody lined up their scooter when they came in to have lunch. I know. And that property was huge. That property was huge. So to get from where we had our meeting over to where the pool is and where the restaurants were, to me, it felt like half a stadium. It took so long to walk it, but it was great. I did get my steps in every day, and it was definitely a lovely property.
Let me say before you close, I know you're going to be jumping off here in about 4 minutes. So marketplace ministry, by demonstration, marketplace ministry is the ability to have the time and financial freedom to be mobile, to go wherever God tells you to go based on your calling. And that's what we did, marketplace ministry. We went to those different stops and we had the time and financial freedom to be mobile. Are you mobile? Back to you.
Wow, that's true. Anybody else? So I know everybody's looking at their 7-day night stay. And, you know, what I've learned from those 7-day night stay. Now, Boca Raton was actual Hilton hotel. So it just had the double beds or whatever. But when you get a 7-day night stay and you're staying at a full service Marriott or a Wyndham Resort property, you know, these properties have full bedrooms, full living rooms, complete bath, complete kitchen. The one we stayed in Steambrook Springs, it was like it was a 1-bedroom apartment.
I'm sorry.
It was a 1-bedroom apartment.
They have 2-bedroom apartments too. That's what I like to have, the 2-bedroom. I don't like sharing.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's 2-bedroom apartments. I know you, Darlene. It's like, I know who I'm not going to travel with no more. Oh, that is funny. But they do. They have the 2 bedrooms because, like I said, we had the one with my father. We couldn't even get him out of there. It was like, Pop, we're going to go here now. Oh, I'm going to sit right here. You know, it was golf season. He would go from his bedroom to the kitchen, to the couch, to his bedroom, to the kitchen. I was like, Pop, don't you want to leave? No, he's having a great time, you know. But they're really nice places. And what I like about the ones that you can drive to in a few hours, man, I take my whole kitchen with me. You know, I take my whole kitchen with me. I take all my seasonings.
And Brenda's 11:57. If you're jumping off for the training.
No, I'm good, babe. I got it. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna at least log on. So what Rick is reminding me of is the class starts at 12 noon Mountain Standard Time. So wherever you are, it's probably getting ready to start your time in 3 minutes. And I'm gonna log on. Because all I have to do is go to my Facebook page and log on to the Trav Manatee Love Carnival. And so if you want to do it too, you can do it right now yourself and see what the class is, what they're talking about, because I do want to learn more about the new ship. And as Rick reminds me, that's what I'm going to do is just go upstairs and log on to my computer. Anybody else want to share? I didn't hear from Adrian. All right. That was a nice little walk from my.
Yeah, I think I'm registered for that one, Brenda. So I'm going to jump into it also.
I think it'll be good. Now my computer wants to time down and then time back up. But yeah, all I did was walk from my I don't know what that is. So Rick, did you want to share?
Yeah, I'm fighting vertigo today, so I
Now I
can't.
say end the call,
I gotta
babe.
make myself stable. So not too much
okay.
moving
I would say end
around.
the call so you can jump on the training.
Okay. Well, don't forget tonight, our training. We're doing our training tonight. Our presentation tonight. Yeah, same Zoom channel that you're on now. Same Zoom, and it'll be at 7 Mountain Standard Time. So you definitely want to jump onto that. And so if anybody doesn't have anything else to share or to add with us, I'm going to go ahead and jump off so I can get on this training. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to say. So everybody knows that we are the most trusted travel team here in Surge 365. So I look forward to seeing you all on our, I look forward to seeing everybody on our call tonight. That should be a great, invite folks to the presentation. So you know we are the most trusted travel team in Surge 365. I want everybody to have a great rest of your day, and we'll be talking soon. All righty, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.